All right. What's up, everybody? I am so excited for this one, yo. What's up, everybody? I'm your host of the Speak On It podcast. My name is Zachery McKiver Jr., and this is where we motivate the dreamer, inspire the undetermined, encourage the ambitious through a spread of topics that are laid on my heart and guests that I invite. And tonight's guest, let me say that again. Tonight's guest is the greatest man I ever known. He is my hero. He is my role model. He is everything. He's my favorite cook. He's my favorite person. And I'm so excited. I'm going to continue to harp on how much I love him throughout the rest of his life, throughout the rest of my life. He is my dad. He is my best friend. He's my favorite cook. He is everything, and he has been everything to me. Despite what we may have argued about or anything, I am so excited to have my special guest for the first time, and not the last, but the first time. I'm happy to have my dad, Apostle Zachery Jerome McKiver Sr. I took his name, and I'm glad I did it. I'm so excited. As I let him in, can I get applause in the chat and likes and shares and all that great stuff? As I let my hero in, Zachery McKiver Sr. All right. What's up, Pop?
Yeah, everything is all right. What's going on, son? Thank you.
No
Thank you
problem.
for welcoming me on your podcast. First, we just give honor where honors due. Want to thank and praise. I'm going to let everybody know. I also use the Jewish name of the Most High. And I'm basically stuck on using the Jewish name. So I just want to thank and praise the Most High Yah for allowing me to be here and allowing me to be on the, let's say, the mission that the Most High has for my son to do in the podcast. This is part of it. So we want to thank him for it. I just want to thank and praise the Most High for everybody that's on tonight. Now, let's say this. Come in with an expectation. I'm going to say it again. Come in with an expectation.
That's my dad, yo. He has always been like that, and I will always give him the room to do that. Uh, One thing about my dad that we can attest to, we have been together through a lot of battles. We fought sickness together. You're looking at a man who literally survived 4 strokes. You're looking at a man who just who's beat prostate cancer 3 times. You're looking at somebody who just recently was in the hospital and had to have a surgery that many people don't make it out of. So you're looking at a living miracle right here in the person of my father. And as we start this podcast, as my father said, be in expectation for something that you may receive. You may be inspired or encouraged through the stories that we may tell with being with each other. And I'm going to get straight to it. Pop, there is a very special story about how I was born. How I was born. You know it like the back of your hand. So, let's go, Pop. What was the story?
Wow. Well, first of all, he was born in Summers Point Hospital, and that's where we used to take you to doctors at. But anyway, during the delivery, your mom was having problems pushing you out, so they told her to get off the bed and told her to squat and push. So when she began to do that and begin to push, you begin to come out. You started coming out. So they was like, wait a minute. They were going to pick her up and put her on the bed. But she didn't listen. She just kept pushing. And I'm saying, look, they want to put you on the bed because they don't want him to come out on the floor and hit the floor hard. She wouldn't listen. Right? So I'm sitting there, I'm praying. I'm like, okay, now wait a minute. So I said, Father, you got to step in. And she made one last push. And y'all hear me and hear me well. Hear what the Spirit is saying unto the temple of the Spirit man in you. When he came out, he hit the floor, but when he came out, I seen a hand come down, grab his head, and when he came out, like guided him through the floor and spun his head, because if his head had hit the edge of that table leg, it would have slid him. He wouldn't be here. That's a miracle. Okay. Also, he went through his battle with his blood, like cancer in the blood. It was to the point where he didn't want nobody else, so nobody else could calm him down, not even his mom. And I had to be there with him, to calm him down, tell him it was all right, I ain't gonna let nobody hurt him. Now, you talking about somebody at a young age, strong. Anytime you got before I got in there, anytime you got two big, heavy guys holding him down, I'm coming through the door trying to hold him down, and he's kicking him off, and he's young. And I just told him, relax, everything's going to be all right. It is something to see your seed to go through things, even with my daughter, where she was told she would never sit up straight or be able to walk. We won't mention how the other parent was acting and all of that there, but my thing is I believe so much in the Most High from when I was a kid and what He brought me through, that I walk in His Word when He says healing. Okay, and anointed her every morning with the oil. Even when she had migraines, I would have to leave work, go pick her up, calm her down, because no one with us, the mom couldn't do it. It was always yelling. That's where you sit back and you begin to, as a father, you begin to analyze. Now, my son will tell you, my other kids will tell you, I'm straightforward. I'm transparent. I don't hide nothing. I tell the truth. I don't have no reason to falsify something. But you begin to really examine yourself. Now, let's be real. Okay? None of us knew how to be parents.
Wow.
Okay? Let me say it again. None of us knew how to be parents. it didn't come with a manual. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the learning, I had to look back what I went through and look back how, and I'm gonna say this transparent. Look back how I with my older siblings, how I wasn't there. I was there but not there. You know what I
With
mean?
the other kids, yeah.
So I began to look back over myself.
Wow.
See, a father got to examine himself. Now, I'm trying not. I'm trying to stay in the guidelines of your
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what you're saying, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to feel the
Mm-hmm.
ruach, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of the Most High fall on me, and it's leading in that kind of direction. But
Mm-hmm.
which in actuality, you have to go in that direction because here's the thing: we were taught to be parents how our parents was taught, and they were taught how their parents was taught, and their parents was taught how their parents was taught, and then their parents was taught by the slave master.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Now you're saying, yeah, the white man did slave. No. What I mean by the parent, I'm talking about our great parents. That the slave master I'm talking about is the adversary. We were taught under the adversary's rules. You ever notice the houses and the family members, the family be broken up? They're always arguing and this and that,
I see where you're
that.
going. Yeah.
Okay, that's under the system of the adversary.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm gonna leave that right.
Let,
That's for
let,
another
let me
teaching.
say this. Let me say this. So what my dad is, I'm gonna add to what my dad is saying. He is just saying that we have to go with the Spirit of God, the Spirit of the Most High, the Spirit of the one who created us, in
True.
order for us to move and be the parents that we never knew. Could we? Some people are dealing with the absence of their father, and that is against, and this is to my father's point, this is against the uh how can I say, this is against God's rule, because God wants the family together.
It's his
God,
nature.
yeah, God is a God of family. There is one husband, one wife, and they create, be fruitful and multiply. And what my dad, adding to what my father's saying, is that the system of the adversary wants to bring generational curses, wants to bring disobedience and lack and things into the family. And it always starts with the father either having challenges with the mother, or just the father not having a father to show them what needs to be done. Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
let me add on to that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's true because I didn't have a father. Okay, so I didn't want it to be like that. I didn't want the way I was. See, I'm not. This is me. I'm not scared to tell you I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now let me jump out here. Any father that's a pastor, that's sitting up there walking around,
Mm-hmm.
smiling, and having people think that his parenting, he was a good parent all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I knew how to parent. No, you didn't,
Because it didn't
because
come naturally.
some of the leaders, right? Watch this,
Mm-hmm.
and see, I done tapped in now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the leaders that are teaching now don't need to be teaching because they're not good teachers at their house and being a good parent or a good father to the kids.
Mm-hmm. Because it starts at home first. Your first
Ministry
ministry.
starts home.
Yep. Yep.
So let me get back to what I'm saying. I had to search myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? You want to be a good father, you got to search yourself.
Yeah.
And when you begin to search yourself and begin to ask the Most High to show you,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to make the same mistakes I made the first time this time.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to be a good father,
Mm-hmm.
son, I don't want that. In order to be a good father,
Mm-hmm.
you got to learn how to follow the father.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true.
I'm going to say it again. In order to be a good father, you got to learn how to follow the father. So if you're not following the father the exact way that he says follow him, then you, in other words, we use the Most High's nature is family. He's a family
Mm-hmm.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you knocked his nature out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I see what you're saying.
sit back and
Mm-hmm.
look. Ain't nothing lined up according to the word that's going on. Not even in the church.
Mm. And let me
Ouch.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Is that and then we're gonna get into the other questions, but real quick,
Yeah.
do you think that from what you've seen, and you've been in ministry for over 50 years now, right? Since you were
Mm-hmm.
19? Over 50. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um do you think a lot of people are illegitimately going forth? Let me say it like this. They don't got they haven't been fathered by anybody. They're just out here being illegal. What do you say really quickly, and then we're gonna get into the Father's Day stuff.
Yeah.
What do you say to those who don't want to be fathered and think they can do this without the instructions of a spiritual leader or somebody that can be a spiritual father, or just their father in natural, they just don't want to listen? What do you say to those people who just want to move on their own?
Well, here's the thing. You asked me a question. I'm gonna put it out there. They're not the people of they're not children of the Most High. They're not filled with the Ruach. They say that they are. Watch this. They
Mm-hmm.
say that they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I give them scripture. It says that the Spirit, James says,
Mm-hmm.
try the Spirit by the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
So how you try the Spirit by the Spirit for those you saying that you training and they still want to be rebellious. If you walk up to someone
Mm-hmm.
and regardless if they shouting, and they
Mm-hmm.
say they shouting in the spirit. If you walk up to someone, if they got the real spirit of the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
and you whisper in their ear and sit down, the Most High Spirit is gonna come subject, and you're
Yeah.
gonna sit down.
Yeah,
But
because
if
it's
you
a
gotta
father
walk
that's
up to
saying
a
it.
person,
Yep.
listen, you walk up to a person, you tell them to sit down, and they okay, all right, it's time to cast that demon out.
Mm-hmm. Especially if the father is seeing that you're doing it just as a
You
show.
yes, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the father has to learn how to follow the father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if they would sit and read Proverbs chapter 2 and chapter 3, where it says he speaks, he says, son, forget not my words, or if you receive my words and my commandments. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to hear that. So I'm gonna break it down to you this way. Um, do you have the fruits of the spirit in you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got to like I said, you got to examine yourself.
Examine
So now
yourself.
you got to go back and see if you have the fruits of the you operating the fruits of the flesh, because the fruits of the flesh will have you doing your own thing.
Doing your own
A lot
thing.
of us raise our kids in our own way
Rather than going for asking
rather than
God how to
going.
do it.
They're going to ask the Father.
Yes, sir.
So I had to learn how to ask the Father.
And that's what helped
Okay,
you raise us, right?
that's what helped raise y'all. Okay, now was it easy? No. Was it hard? Yes. Was it challenging? Yes. Both ways. It was
Yeah.
challenging with me too, because I still had some of the old me in. Uh-oh. I told you I'm
Mm-hmm.
transparent.
Mm-hmm.
The old way how I raised. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yes,
we had
sir.
to sit back
Mm-hmm.
and examine ourselves. Now, Once I examined myself, watch this, and I asked myself to forgive me for putting me through what I went through.
Oh wow, because you put yourself in a way.
Hello.
Wow, makes sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to move out the way. See, there's more than just you standing up there and preaching the word. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. Preaching the word. All right. Hear me well. That's not what's gonna go on no more. The word has to be seen in you, because now when people are starting to come out, where's the fathers of the church? I don't see the fathers of the church. I see a man married to a man, women married to. Where's the fathers? Where's the true fathers? And this been coming to me. Okay, so you have people. See, here's the thing. Like I said, going back to the slave master, the adversary. The adversary wants you to stay cooped up, blinded,
And not see stuff for yourself.
and not see stuff. So guess what? Can I be transparent and real with y'all? Standing there behind them four walls, behind that door, them closed doors, the adversary ain't worrying about you one bit. It's when you come on the outside them doors. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Because you begin to show the example of the Most High, what He's starting to do in you. See, the word begins, you let the word start teaching you. We won't let the Most High teach us. Ouch.
I agree with that. Man.
Next question, sir.
All right.
I'm
now to the
look.
I know, Pop.
I'm trying.
I know,
I'm trying to behave.
Let's go to the first question. The first question, what makes, to you, Pop, from what you just told us about following the Father and stuff like that, from spiritual to natural, what makes a good father? What are the qualities of a good father?
First of all, a quality of a good father is he gotta love his family. Well, better yet, let's put it this way. The first quality of a good father is he gotta love himself. Okay? When he realizes and respects himself, after going through more, then he'll start feeling better. You start asking for wisdom. Okay, you can hear me. And like I said, I went to the word, but you can, and I need the fathers to hear this. Basically, when you pray, that's when you begin to ask the Most High, the Universal Father, for His wisdom. Don't be scared to say you don't know. Okay? It's not always you got to know everything. Look, I don't know everything. Okay? So don't be scared to say, yeah, I got some flaws, because, like I said, everybody ain't perfect. We're not perfect. We still human. We make human errors. Hello. Even now, sometimes. Yeah, being a good father. Admit your faults. Admit your wrongs. You get into an argument. Okay, hold, wait a minute, son. Let's go cool down for a minute. Let's go get some lunch or something, sit down, talk, and let's work this out.
Which we've done a lot.
Okay, let's talk this out. Because for one thing, we have to understand. Yes, it is your son. Watch this. Yes, he do have your DNA.
I know where you're going.
Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he got his own characteristics.
Yeah. Yep.
So you have to understand that you can't expect your child to do what you wanted to do, but you living through your child. No, you got to let your child live for himself. Ouch. It got quiet. I hear crickets. A lot of us from the pulpit to the door. See, everybody want to point to the floor. They want to point at the layman. I'm coming to the pulpit.
Where the
From the
fathers are.
pulpit to the door.
Yeah.
Everyone need to reevaluate themselves.
And I want to say this as we continue on is that Dad said a lot just then. Is that one thing he said? You gotta know who you are. You gotta ask for wisdom. You gotta be vulnerable. Your communication with your kids. That's something that he said when he just gave that example of, son, let's go to lunch. Me and my dad had a few arguments where he just like, Zach, let's just go for a walk. Let's go play basketball or something and let's talk on the way to the court. There's the qualities of a good father were vulnerability. If you didn't get it, vulnerability, communication, knowing yourself so you can be a better father for your children, and also that you gotta ask God to help you when raising your kids.
I want to just add one more thing that before we go on. And I need the people to hear this, especially the fathers. Even when your child does something wrong,
Yeah.
we all did things wrong or that we shouldn't have did.
Yep.
You still gotta love them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
You still gotta love them. All right? See, and this is what I'm saying. You Next question.
Let's go to the next question. We got 3 more questions and then we'll be out of your way tonight, guys, because we want to maximize our time together. How can a father balance work and family responsibilities effectively? Now, let me say my story for this. My dad is a trained chef. He's been cooking since he was 6, right? Right, Pop?
about
6, 9, 6,
no,
6, or 8?
about 10.
No? 10? Okay, I was totally up. I thought it was younger than that. But then he went to school for cooking. I've watched him. He was head chef of 3 restaurants in my entire life, down in Atlantic City, the Borgata Showboat and Holiday Inn, and Berkshire's when it was open. I watched him,
and Clarion.
and the Clarion, yes. I watched my dad balance that, make it to all our award ceremonies at school, and later on that day, preach a revival. And then after the revival, taking a shower, going back to work. And one time he was doing, as he was leaving the showboat, he was started working at Borgata. This man's been cooking for a very long time, and I watched him do it. Pop, how did you balance it all?
Well, here's the thing. Once you do what the Most High wants you to do, once you do what Yah wants you to do, that's done. So, other words, church is at church. When I get home, it's family.
Yeah.
So I got to come back to reality. Okay. But in the process, allowing the word to work and continue to ask the Most High to give me the balance. I just leaned on Him, to be honest with you, and even to the point when I was working at the nursing home and going to school at the same time and going back to work that evening.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep, for CNA. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
it was everything that I have done,
Mm-hmm.
what I was led to do with y'all was because of family.
Wow.
Because of family. Um,
Let's go into our next question because that's the next question.
yes.
How is
Uh-huh.
it important spending quality time with your children as a good father? Now, I have another story. A lot of times, me and my sister, my twin sister, Zariel, we would often ask our dad to go to Chuck E. Cheese when he was off to maximize our time with him. We would be there from the time it opened until nearly the time it closed. And then I would want my dad, every time he was off, to watch my favorite movie, which is what, Pop?
Lion King.
Exactly. And ain't it still my favorite movie to this day?
Yes.
But how was spending time with us as we were little and stuff like that and stuff we do it like that. So how was spending time?
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I didn't regret nothing. I remember the time I took y'all to Chuck E. Cheese
Mm-hmm.
from the morning till the evening until the closing.
Yep, that was a great day.
Yeah. So
That was a fun day.
and then I remember I took y'all to Chuck E. Cheese during the morning, and then that evening we went to the movies.
Yep.
So spending quality time with your kids is very important, especially the fathers. I'm just be straight up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically mostly happening in the black family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we brothers need to get ourselves together, and some of us that has family, that do have family, we're still not spending enough time.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on now? And I'm gonna say this: what's going on now?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get ourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we as a nation, we got to get ourselves together with our children, because here's the thing: our kids are killing each other.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
let me
sir.
say it again: our kids are killing each other.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not like this, but you already know my thought about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
In actuality, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at the kids thinking that it's the kids in the street, but it's the kids in the church.
I have to agree with that because I
Okay,
just saw
okay,
something about that.
no, because I seen somebody's spirit. Okay, don't go there. So let me prove it to you. Understand something. All right, is a good father balancing, spending time.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it important? Yes, it's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, what I oh my goodness, what I just said, what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are kids who gone to the church.
Yeah.
What's going on? Because they going in there, where they going, the way they go in is the same way they come out.
Yeah. That's because they ain't got no quality time. They don't know
There's
the
no
balance.
quality time.
Yeah. Between the two,
Now,
between the divinity of the Father and
okay,
yeah.
so are we just doing natural fathers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
talking about natural fathers?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
we'll leave that alone
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was gonna go
I
somewhere
know.
else.
I
But
know. Yep. 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 Yep.
you know,
Yep. Yep.
okay.
Uh,
So I'm gonna
so
leave that alone. I'm behave.
I wanna say something. When you see me and my dad do
Mm.
stuff like we just did, that's because me and my dad have been in a long time I'm still, but I'm my dad's armor bearer a lot of times. So there's a connection that me and my dad have. Um, but I want to say this. This is the next question, Pop. Now, don't go into no stories, please. Or if you want to, it's okay. What does discipline have with being a good father? Mm-hmm.
Okay, discipline. Okay,
Cause I got
discipline.
whooped.
Yeah, discipline is good. But here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
you still have to sit down and find out why you did it. Ouch. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, a lot of people can say, "Oh, he did this, he did that, he did this." Okay, let's hear the true story. Where's the other person that's with it? That was in it. There's two sides to every story.
Every story.
Oh no, there's three sides to every story. Your side, the other person's side, and the Most High side, Daddy's side. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's nothing hid.
Now I want to say this. One time, I had they pops was doing something for catering because he owns a catering company, and they were doing. We were living in Vineland, New Jersey, and
Oh,
my dad had bought 7 packs of Tootsie Roll lollipops, and he was doing it for a baby shower. He was putting the
in Philly.
Tootsie Rolls, Tootsie Rolls in a bouquet, because they were, they want, that's what they asked for, and they had went to sleep and stuff. My mom was upstairs asleep, and Pops was at work, and I was downstairs watching Lion King, y'all. And so I seen the bouquets. I didn't know what was really going on. I thought they were for us, quote unquote. And I ate 5 that they had already been done. I ate 5 bags worth of Tootsie Roll lollipops. And I said, and then my dad was like, "Y'all get down here now." And I was like, "Uh-oh." And so Zizi was asleep. My sister was asleep. And we got down there, and I said I didn't know. And my dad was like, "So since y'all don't want to tell nobody," I remember before I left, Zach, you was down here on the couch, and Zizi went upstairs to sleep because she had a headache and she took her medicine. So the only culprit got to be you, because everybody else was upstairs. Nah, Pop. Nah, Pop. All right, Junior. Wait until give me until tonight, because I'm off. I'm gonna pray about it. Well, the Lord did answer, and there was a mighty repercussion with my friend Black Bessie. That was the belt.
Yeah.
So
But
when he said nothing was hid, absolutely nothing was hid, because well, you can't lie to somebody who's in the spirit.
but once again,
Yeah,
like I said, sometimes it pays to sit down and talk things out instead of beating your kids all the time.
yeah. I
You
remember
understand
when
what
you
I'm
told
saying?
us you was, yeah.
Um, yes, uh, spoil the child, but spare not the rod. I understand that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But like I said, it goes back to the way that we were taught, that way our
Yeah.
parents were taught. Wait, 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 wait. And after a while, it's like, wait a minute, that's what the slave master. Now I'm going natural. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
the natural slave master did to her. No, wait a minute, hold on. Let's
Let's revisit this
talk.
thing. Yeah.
Let's
Talk it
yeah.
out.
Let's use wisdom. So,
Yeah.
discipline is good, but you there's different ways in discipline.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm finding out. Oh, you like doing that? Okay. Just like I said, okay, you like Lion King. You can't watch Lion King for 2 months. What you do? Got yourself together, didn't you?
Mhm.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
That
So
was that was
yeah,
yikes. So, sorry to everybody. I did not. I just saw everybody's comments. Minister Rashai, what's up, man? Pastor Apostle Eugene Lavelle, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up,
Minister
Pop?
Rashad. That's the
Rashad
young
from
boy with the
Salem.
braids.
Yeah, that post. Yeah, my brother. Yeah. My little brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
Apostle Eugene Lavelle. Yes, sir. He said
I heard
sometimes
him.
talking works. Yes. Yes. Hey, Aunt Tony. Thank you everybody for being on this
Tell us,
Father's
say,
Day.
hey.
Yeah. Pop said, "Hey, she can see you, Pop."
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go with the last question for tonight. I hope y'all enjoying this. I'm enjoying this talking to my dad. All right, so the last question is how can a father be a positive role model for their children? Now, I'm gonna
Ooh.
say this story. Recently, because I work a lot, somebody had asked me, why do I work so much? And how do I balance what I do for God and what I do for my life and run this podcast, right, y'all? I said I had a good role model in work ethic. If there's one thing that my dad, ZJ Sr., is going to do, he's going to make sure that he is working or he's attempting to get the bag, as we say nowadays. I watched this man work two full times and a part time and do what he had to do for God and run his catering business. And that wasn't a part time. Catering was total other thing. He was working at Borgata, Showboat, and Berkshire's at the same time, and still had time to have quality time with me and my sister. Make sure I got a haircut. Make sure I was dressed when he went out to minister. And a lot of times I had to sing right before he got up. So, how does being a positive role model for you, Dad? How does it play for your children?
Okay. Let me step back on.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So you saying how does a good father, a good role model father plays on the
Mm-hmm.
children?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's just be real. Like I said, I'm transparent. I don't hide nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't have a father when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Okay. I was adopted. And actually,
Wow.
I'm dealing with something now
Mm-hmm.
that I recently found out and was told concerning my childhood, and I'm kind of, you know,
Yeah.
dealing with it. All right.
Wow.
Um, the thing of it is that I was adopted, so I never had a father, and my stepdad treated me kind of rough.
Yeah.
But I seen things like that. Now, growing up, it was like I was always praying, or I was always talking. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be a man like them. I want to be there for my kids. This and that. I don't want to treat
Mm-hmm.
and beat up on a woman because that's not right. You know. So that's how I came up. And in order for me to have been a good role model for y'all, I had to be willing to change my mindset. I had to be willing to truly commit to the Most High. Truly change our lifestyle. Okay, um, to make sure that y'all had an example, that you had a sturdy foundation. Like I said,
Yeah.
I didn't want to make the mistake with y'all like I did in the beginning before I wasn't even saved.
Yeah.
Okay, so being a good role model is, first of all, number one,
Mm-hmm.
sit down, fathers,
Mm-hmm.
and you get together with the Almighty, the Father that created you. Now watch this. Now, some of you fathers that have fathers, you need to start getting sitting down and talking to your father. But in the process, ask the Most High to give you wisdom how to deal with them. Because the reason why some fathers are not good fathers is because their fathers wasn't taught how to be a good father. And the child is just doing what the parent does.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful. I didn't want you to follow my lifestyle when I wasn't saved. And when I looked at you and I knew it was something special about y'all. So the good father role model is to, first of all, you get yourself together with the Most High. Sit down with your kids. Go over the word with them. Then let the word begin to activate in your life. Then you begin to start walking it or trying to do it to the best of your ability. Ask the Most High to give you the strength because you can't do it yourself. A lot of us try to do things on our own and our kids is buckling up against us, don't want to be with us, can't stand us. Why? And most of them, it's not the world. It's the ones in the church.
Yeah.
It's the kids in the church that are hurt.
Yeah.
So we the best example is to follow for a father for their kids. Role models to follow the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Be there for your kids. Trust me. Be there for your kids because you recently know what I just recently went through
I was
prior
there.
to the surgery,
Yeah.
right?
I was there.
Okay. No, I'm talking about before the surgery.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's after that.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Uh, when I sat and I looked, and everything was new. Everything was new.
Mm-hmm.
And I began to understand the value of life.
Oh, wow.
See, you got to understand the value of life. You got to understand the atmosphere around you. You got to understand that you're one with nature.
Yeah.
You have to understand that the breath that you breathe and see when the wind blows is the breath of the Most High. So that breath that you in the morning is His.
Yeah.
So when I realized in that doctor's office, when I went out,
Yeah.
when I was in pain, and I came to, everything looked brand new. And when they sit there and tell you in the doctor's office, you wouldn't have made it till 3:45 because my bladder was getting ready to bust. Why am I here today? Because I stood on the word and I allowed the word to work in me. Now I don't know who this is, and I don't know, and I'm sorry.
Go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That I'm going to, but I don't know who this is. But I'm saying somebody they fighting in the spirit, and they're trying to figure out how can I become better.
Wow. Wow.
Shana, he said it about. Woo, ama, yes sir. I'm hearing. I know there is something better, and I am waiting. Why haven't I gotten the blessings that He promised? And I'm hearing him say, what have you done for him lately? I'm hearing him say, how come you didn't answer me when I called you? Now I don't know what I'm just seeing the shadow. I don't know who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High said it's time for you to seek him all the way. So now I'm gonna talk to everybody else on here.
Mm-hmm.
The Father said it's time for you to reevaluate yourself. Come back to the Father
Mm-hmm.
and follow him exactly as the word says. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Man, come on. And I think, and I.
No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the spirit of this leader
Mm-hmm.
that think that they're gonna come up against Junior,
Mm-hmm.
what happened when they hung Yahshua? The Father came.
I know where you're going.
Understand, I don't play with the word.
No.
Hear me again. I don't play with the word. I know who I am, and I am. And I am is in you. So when you gonna let I am
Work.
activate himself in you
Mm-hmm.
to show you the right way how to live? It's all time out for that hooping and a holler.
Yep.
The Most High is saying, I want to take my word and work it in you that it may be seen in you on the outside, because on the inside of the building, you ain't doing nothing but hitting a bunch of walls. That's where the adversary got us hooked with that. That's where a lot of young men, why they leaving the church, because they can't see the fathers in the church.
Yeah. And they don't
Because
have access
it's
to them.
too many, it's too many leaders and church members doing the same thing as the world is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So they saying, well, why should I come in there when the same thing is going on out here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, son. I'm
That was our last question about the role model, and something he said very importantly. You gotta follow the father to be a role model. You gotta ask questions. You gotta see what your children like. Um, my
oh, I gotta
dad.
say one more.
Go ahead, Bob. If you got someone.
Okay. Now, getting back to the
Mm-hmm.
characteristics of the father.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We talk about natural.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If your natural father don't act like no clown, why are you acting like one?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you gotta understand, you're not just representing your natural father, but you're representing the father.
Yep. All in the same thing.
So when you disrespect people that is on your side,
Yeah.
and you do vice versa,
Mm-hmm.
you got judgment coming, because guess what? He's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't pick up the word to read.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And you're the only Bible they see.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you taking your characteristics if you're the only Bible you see and you saying you walking after the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
but yet you treating people like you in the street? You acting all unseemly. He said a fool is known by the multitude of his words. Well, guess what? A fool is multitude of his words don't necessarily mean speaking. Multitude of his words can be by the action too, because action
Absolutely.
speaks.
Yeah. You got to
So
follow
how
the father.
somebody gonna follow you and you acting all seemly,
Mm-hmm.
all unseemly in public?
Yep. Yep.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Wisdom.
The scripture says, in all thing and everything that you do, do it to what? The splendor of who? The Most High.
Yep.
take the foolish thing to confound the wise.
Mm-hmm.
I could go, and my son will tell you, I can go real deep with y'all. There's some
Mm-hmm.
stuff going on that these prophets that's who can hock the Messiah should be telling y'all.
Man, Pop, let
Okay, all right. See, here,
but that was our last question.
mm,
I know my dad, and he will. We will be on
we good.
here. My God, but I want to say this. I want to say thank you, Pop. I want to say thank you for being my very special guest. And really quickly, for those of y'all who don't know, is it okay if I say the lineup of kids you get? Is it cool?
Who?
Is it cool if I say how many grandkids and how many great grands and stuff and kids and stuff? Is that cool? Cool with you?
Hey, I mean, this is man. I'm good. I'm happy with it.
All right, so you're looking at a man who has a lot of experience. He has 17 kids, 40 grandchildren now, 9 great grands,
Mm,
right?
keep
9.
going. Yeah.
That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. But you're looking.
Well, I don't know. I've been seeing your sister Shamia, so I don't know if her kids have any kids.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Last
We
time
got
we
it.
saw her was at 216. So
Yeah. But you're looking at somebody who's been a father, who took advantage to. He said it himself that he wasn't perfect with the first couple of his kids. He wasn't there like he wanted to. There was some roadblocks and stuff like that. But let's encourage the fathers today that you can be back with your kids. You can do exactly what you wanted to do. God is going to through this. If you're inspired through this podcast, if you're inspired through the stories, and even go into the Bible and look at the fathers in the Bible, look at the father of the prodigal son. You can do it. You can reconcile. And I pray that God brings reconciliation unto you and to your kids. Go ahead, Pop.
I want to talk to the fathers, the brothers that was wrongly accused, the brothers that are in jail, that are almost coming out. I want to encourage you and inspire you to let you know, just as the Most High helped me by you coming out. Matter of fact, you don't have to wait until you get out. If you grab onto the Most High Yah right now and ask Him for forgiveness, repent unto Him, He'll stick His hand right down and say, "Here you go, my son. Grab my hand." He'll pick you up. So, in other words, when you get out with a new frame of mind. Get out and being wanting to do and take care of your family. Because guess what? He's waiting on you to grab onto him. The door's open. The door's open. Come. Come. He's calling you. Come on. He's even calling some of us that's already in him that still are struggling how to be good father. Come. I'm talking about from the pulpit to the door. Come. I'm not leaving myself out. I'm still standing before him to be taught how to be a good father. Come on. He is waiting. Come to him now. Your kids need you. The Most High needs you. And guess what? There's other kids that need a father figure that don't belong to you. Some people will talk to you. Some kids will connect to you because they need that father figure. And it don't have to necessarily be DNA, blood and blood. So you young men and you young fathers in there that's getting ready to come out with a made-up mind that I'm going to help change our young black men.
Yeah.
Start with yours. Sit down, talk with them. Let them know that being in prison is not the way. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Come. The doors is open. He's knocking. Can you hear?
Man.
Can you? Shut up, boys. Can you hear? Take a trip with me. All the pain and the agony that you went through serving time.
Yeah.
Come on. Imagine getting out and you living peacefully in the Most High. He is blessing you because you turned your way, you turned your life around, you repented, you came unto Him. Come. Come. Sir?
Well, that's it for the podcast today. I hope you enjoyed my dad as much as I did. For me, guys, I just want to say I was nervous. This is my dad. This is my hero. So there, I take very high esteem of my dad because he is the only, human that knows me better than I know myself. And I just want to say thank you to my dad. As right now, um, I'm just so grateful for who he is to me. We've had so many adventures. We just recently went to the Sixers game where he enjoyed himself. First time in how many years, Pop? 50?
We ain't even gonna go there. The last time I saw a Sixers game was when they first picked up Julius Erving.
Wow. So, and we have many more adventures planned. My Father's Day gift, I already told him before him. We're going and enjoying ourselves. But I just want to say, Pop, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I know we were supposed to have you on a couple years ago, but the way life was
It wasn't
happening,
time.
yeah, it wasn't time yet. And I just want to say thank you, Pop. As I let you out, please stay on the line. I have to do something with the audience real quick, and then I
Mhm.
will talk to you. All right. Thank you,
All right.
Pop. Thank you so much. I love you. All right. So, guys, we have a lot coming up in this next quarter, or this next episode. So I'm getting ready to show you what we have going on. We have an exclusive interview with a very special gospel artist from New Jersey. So you guys stay tuned.